Who's here? Maria Villarreal? Thank you. How's it going?
Good, Judge. How are you?
All right, Fiesta is almost upon us, right?
No, fortunately.
They shouldn't have Fiesta during tax season or tax season during Fiesta time.
Well, I have a daughter that's April 13th,
Oh, wow.
and my
Yeah.
sister's the 15th too. She's a
Yeah,
Texas.
my mom is in April too. The Tauruses rule. All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge, I believe that this is her first setting. I know it's an older case, but it was an at-large. She was just arrested in February. This is our first setting. We've reviewed the case, but there is some documentation that I need to get from my client. I
Okay,
can provide to this.
all right, do you have all of the discovery?
I believe I do, Judge.
State on Maria Villarreal, were you able to tender an offer?
I don't get it.
Maria Villarreal, it's a drug case. Were you able to tender an offer?
There's not an offer.
All right, so if you can tender an offer, and Ms. Ferguson, set this for a plea deadline date in 30 days. All right, so April 24th will be your plea deadline date. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Do you have any questions about anything?
No.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused. Just have a seat and your attorney will bring the reset form to you.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who's here on Daniel Chapa the fourth? Who's the attorney for Daniel Chapa? Court is calling 2024 CR 011378 State versus Daniel Chapa the fourth. Could I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway from the state.
Brian Kimbrough from Mr. Chapa.
And are you Mr. Chapa?
Yes, ma'am.
You're charged with possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the plea bargain agreement page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 9 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's an $800 fine. And the state is taking in consideration 2024 CR 011211. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, am I getting back time? Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Defense, is that the plea?
That is the
State, is that the plea? Then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, he's been in jail for, I believe, 129 days on this case. I spoke to his family. He does have a lot of family support. I'm asking the court to follow the plea bargain.
All right, so you have a lot of family support?
Mhm.
Then why won't you do right?
That's what they get mad at me all the time.
No, I mean, I'm not mad at you. I'm just wondering why won't you do right? Here you are.
All short.
Here's the thing, you're falling short a lot.
Yes,
And let me
ma'am.
just tell you something. You're worried about whether you're going to get credit for any time served. Legally, I have to give it to you. If I didn't have to give it to you legally, I probably wouldn't give it to you. And the fact that you are sitting out here tattooing weapons on your face and doing all this extra nonsense, which is nonsense. I don't know what your plans are. Who do you think wants to hire you or would hire you with a weapon tattooed on your face?
It's hard for me to get a job. I regret it.
Yeah, it's hard for you to get a job, and yet you continue doing foolishness. You started with the neck tattoo, and I always tell people, here's the thing. I don't have any problem with anybody having a tattoo. Go forth, be you. But if you're trying to get employment, maybe you should consider not having tattoos that come above the clavicle.
You're
You
right.
understand?
You're honestly right.
All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 9 months in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There's an $800 fine. I'm not running time and money concurrently. taking consideration 2024 CR 011211. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Do you love anybody more than you love yourself?
I do.
And who is that?
Family.
All right, so here's the thing. You're using drugs. There are plenty of places in Bear County that will give you help with your drug addictions. Don't make it hard on your family by either spending the rest of your life in somebody's prison or somebody's jail, or because you've overdosed, if you've gotten a bad batch of drugs and there's somebody that needs to be identified. You know who they call in to identify the body? Family members. Don't put that on your family. You understand?
ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who's here on Aaron Joseph Mendez-Trevino? All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I think there is some discovery I need. There's also a case in intake that's similar. I'm trying to get the details on that's not indicted. I did get a preliminary offer on this case that we're approaching the court on. But I do think I am missing some discovery from the case that's not indicted yet. And I'm gonna see if we can exchange that over the next week.
All right, and how old are you?
18 years old.
18. Miss Ferguson, give me a 60-day reset date. That's going to be your plea deadline date.
Yes.
All right, your plea deadline date is going to be May 22nd. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you've reached an agreement with the state, then your case will be disposed of that day. If you haven't reached an agreement, you will be set for jury trial. Do you understand? All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. You're welcome. You're welcome. Jeffrey Guerrero.
Scott Sullivan for Mr. Guerrero, Your Honor.
All right, hello. Good afternoon. Let me see. All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery matters?
If I could briefly,
Yes.
quickly, and I spent a lot of time with him last week and this weekend.
Mhm.
And do you still want me to be your lawyer, sir?
Yes, sir.
You're comfortable with that?
Yes, sir.
And Judge, I thought that was one of the base reasons, and we've got most of the discovery, I think. And I think I need to check with them on a few other matters.
Okay.
Likewise, I need to talk with somebody, with an attorney who's on the panel, but also was up in Denver, Colorado as a previous, he used to work arsonist. And he might be my expert. I'll talk to him about that and approach the court in the days to come about that. Whenever the court wants us, set us for trial, we can go, but like a little, maybe a month or so for me to get it. I don't know. I don't want to tell the court how to run its docket, but it would be helpful if we could get that. Oh, and last thing, we do have a motion for PR bond for him. If the court can set that maybe later this week, I'll
Yes.
have some witnesses here.
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson. Are we able to call back this week or next week for a hearing on a request for PR bond?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the earliest we can do it, okay?
31st is fine. I'll be here.
I'll set, so March 31st will be for your motion for a PR bond. And then the next thing is I need a plea deadline date of 30 days, please. All right, so April 24th will be your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, your next court date will be your jury trial date. Do you understand?
And I wanted to make sure I had the dates right, the 31st for the motion.
Yes,
And then what was the other one, Your Honor? I apologize.
plea deadline.
Plea deadline.
Yes.
And thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Now be excused.
Yes. All right, is this a plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2024 CR 0083005 State versus Kevonta Thomas. Could I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway.
Anthony Miller for Mr. Thomas.
And are you Mr. Thomas?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason the court If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Off the record for a moment. Cindy, you need a cough drop? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you need any water?
Yeah, I've got a drink.
Okay. Just let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 4 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The state is silent on your application. This will run concurrent with 2024 CC 740267. The state is taking in consideration 2025 CC 002368. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense? Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We're willing to do that, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. At this particular time, Mr. Thomas has fully acknowledged that he handled the situation improperly. He did not intend to harm anyone or cause any type of conflict, Judge. He was under the impression that this individual had taken items from him and were tracking him on his
Well,
phone.
according to the stipulated evidence, he was correct in his assumption. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, I understand that people get frustrated when people steal things from them because people have worked hard for what they have. Why somebody needs some Louis Vuitton earbuds, that's what people can spend their money on, whatever they want to spend their money on. But this is definitely not the right way to handle things, because when you do that, so many things could have gone wrong. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All you had to do was call the police and said, these are where the earbuds are. I'm tracking them. That's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, guess what's going to end up happening? Now you're going to be on deferred adjudication for a felony when all you had to do was pick up the phone. And then I will tell you this, if things would have went truly sideways and you would have ended up perhaps killing somebody or you perhaps being killed, then we'd be in a whole different situation because you'd be charged with murder. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So the fact that, there's a theft, that is no excuse. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
What do you do?
I drive 18 wonders,
Okay.
a third-party contract for the military.
All right. And do you go out of state?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So do you just drive throughout Texas?
Yes, ma'am, correct.
Do you have any children?
I have 1,
Age?
3.
All right. And see, they were asking for 4 silent. You could have been away from your child for 4 years if I would not have granted your application. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you got to start making better decisions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. Or there can be the patch. The patch costs more, but since you're a truck driver, that may help you as far as taking UAs.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
patch is a device that they put on you. You're not allowed to remove it. They put it on and then you come back when it's time for it to be removed, and then they'll see if there are any positives. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There is to be proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. He's allowed to travel. State, any objections to allow him to travel throughout the state of Texas for his employment? He's a truck driver. All right, he's allowed to travel throughout Texas for employment. Just make sure you let probation know. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes Once that's completed, the court will deem 50 hours satisfied. I'm going to order anger management, and once that's completed, the remaining 50 hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Judge, the only thing we bring to the court's attention is Mr. Thomas is currently on GPS full house arrest. So we would like, of course, to have that removed.
All right, and I'm sorry, just 1 second. Take in consideration 2025 CC 002-368, and this is the run concurrent with 2024 CC 740267. State, with regards to the GPS, any objection to the removal? All right, and the court will order GPS removal. And there is an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. All right, we can go off the record. Is there anything else that you need to be successful on this probation?
Just you give me another opportunity to get my life back straight.
She has.
And
All right, so here's the thing, when you're on probation out of this court, on probation anywhere, you know you're not allowed to drink alcohol, you understand?
yes, ma'am.
In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not following the court's instruction that allows you to travel throughout Texas for employment, tell probation. That's what the judge ordered. If there's still an issue, you can always come back to the court and address it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. And just remain in the courtroom, and probation will go over conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May I
welcome.
be excused?
Yes. All right, Marcelo Flores. Marcelo Flores. Hello, Nipa. How's it going?
I'm good, Your Honor. How are you?
I cannot complain. It's a beautiful day. We're all currently alive. We can't beat that.
That's right. No use complaining anyway, Your Honor.
No.
Somebody always has a bigger problem than you.
You know what? Like the song says, you got to have high hopes.
That's right.
All right. Yes. Oh, don't make me, because I will. I remember it from, you know,
Shirley.
well, I remember it from Laverne and Shirley, but also you remember they did a movie of it, but they also did a play, Damn Yankees.
Oh, I never saw that one.
Oh, you should watch Damn Yankees. It's about this guy who makes a deal with the devil, right? So he always wanted to be a baseball player. So he is turned back to young, and he becomes this famous baseball player. But then, of course, he misses his wife and everybody. So you got to have high hopes. Oh, but Sean, I'll talk it. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 0443 State versus Marcelo Flores Jr. Can I have parties announced?
Jason Beer, here for the state.
Nipa Gallegos Carrillo for Mr. Flores.
And are you Mr. Flores? Are you the same Marcelo Flores Jr. who's placed on community supervision in 2024 CR 0443 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 200 grams on May 21st, 2024 for a term of 6 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor, violated condition number 41 on or about the 18th day of February 2025 in Bear County, Texas. The defendant Marcelo Flores Jr., the then and there, failed to comply with the rules and regulations of the felony drug court by failing to attend treatment as scheduled in violation of condition number 41.
How do you plead to that? All right.
And we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 41, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 6 years in prison and up to there is no fine, but sentence you up to 6 years in the prison.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 41?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is going to find violation of condition number 41 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Revocation, Your Honor.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we request to continue, Mr. Flores on probation. If you looked at his, the recommendation by, he's going to.
All right, any objection?
Yeah, and he was doing very well, you know, very well. He had two, in February, he had two, one by admission and the other, I think, by urine, for, drug test, a dirty UA. The reason we're here is because he didn't finish his drug court.
All right.
All right, and so, he was told that he's just gonna get a 30-day sanction for it. And 30 days are up, and that's why he thinks he's scared. But, okay, so we know that, so we're gonna leave it up to you, Your Honor. He wants to be continued on probation. He wants to have another chance at drug court. And like I say, he was doing so well, and I don't know, something must have happened, and so he given another opportunity to do drug court and proceed with his probation.
All right. You okay, Cindy? Do you need a break?
I have my medicine there, that's probably coughing. Let me just grab it.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Get that
yeah.
tickle in your throat.
Oh, and it doesn't go away, right?
Does not go away.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna take up Portales and Courtney Sloan, then after that, we're going on recess.
Okay.
Unless you have anything else, that's right. All right, we're back on the record.
Oh, and the
Yes.
alternative, Your Honor. The probation did recommend, lifetime recovery followed by ISF. And so, but also all he wants, Your Honor, to consider, give him another opportunity for, drug court and continue him on probation.
All right, do you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Marcelo Flores Jr.
All right, so you were sent to felony drug court. Why didn't you successfully complete it?
Can you repeat?
You were sent to felony drug court. People who go there are sent there because they have drug issues and they have issues maintaining their sobriety. Why didn't you successfully complete felony drug court?
I use.
All right. And then what is this about your phone and what was in your phone?
About the pictures.
You know, a lot of times people don't realize that in felony drug court, they do deep dives. You know, sometimes in these courts, we don't have a chance to do a deep dive, like looking in your cell phone, seeing what's going on, but they do. So it appears that maybe you were moving through a phase, but you were not internalizing. So, I mean, you're staring at me. Why did you have this in your phone?
A picture of somebody.
No, I mean, it's more than pictures. I don't think you want to discuss what you had in your phone because I'm not trying to have people potentially raid your home or anything. But why did you have things in your phone that you were not supposed to have in your phone? Hypothetically, if I had a drug problem and I were in felony drug court, guess what? All the drug paraphernalia that maybe I had, I should get rid of it because I'm supposed to be serious about my sobriety. If there are photos of me using drugs or somebody else using drugs, I would delete that because that's supposed to be my old life. You understand? So why would you have in your phone criminal activity?
Can I have a moment, Your Honor, with my client?
Sure.
Just one moment.
All right, this is what you can
Thank you.
return that to probation. This is what the court is going to do. The court is finding violation of condition number 41 true. The court is going to grant the motion, give you credit for any time served. The court will sentence you to 4 years in the prison. and the court will recommend the therapeutic community. All right. Well, good luck to you when you are released. If you can't find a place where they can help you maintain your sobriety, if I'm still here, you can come back here and I will look for a place that will be beneficial to you, okay? All right, thank you. Courtney Sloan. All right, on this case, where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, the state has produced the discovery.
And state, were you able to tender an offer?
Yes.
All right, how old are you?
43.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll set this for a plea deadline date in 2 weeks, please. And if you can give the defendant a reset form.
April 7th.
All right, your plea deadline date will be April 7th. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not reached an agreement, then your next setting will be a jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
What page is Sloan on? Thank you. Is she also Flores? Okay. All right, who is here on Teresa Frias? And where's your client?
Your Honor, do not know about my client's whereabouts at this time. Tried best attempts to contact to remind of court dates, however, to no avail, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 011807 and 2024 CR 011808, State versus Teresa Frias. Could I have the parties announced for the record? State.
Andrew Harris, Salem.
Defense.
Renee Munoz.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:44 a.m. Deputy, and your client did not make an announcement. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, she's up.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Not since the last court date, Judge.
All right, state.
In each case, forfeit the bond, issue a warrant.
All right, a judge's warrant will be issued. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider, but I'll note for the record that her PR bond was previously reinstated.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
Will do.
thank you.
Thank you.
Portales. And probation, this is an application.
Your Honor.
Juan Aguilar. All right, where are we on CPS records?
Judge, I need to file a motion to have those CPS records released, which I can do this afternoon when I get back to my office. I have given the state a thumb drive for discovery. I believe I received that thumb drive back, but I have not filed a motion for CPS records.
All right,
Protective order will need to be signed as well.
okay. And let me see, just a moment. All right, and state, were you able to tender an offer?
I gave an offer. I don't know if defense looked at it in the file. I can show them right now.
Okay. And sir, how old are you?
I am 26 years old now.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for plea deadline, please. All right, your plea deadline date is May 1st. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you've accepted the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And state, if you'll submit the protective order, I'll sign it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Well, that's Norma giving that date. Norma gave that date. Let the record reflect. All right, May 5th. Vashon? Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Just one moment. State, Norma was giving out a May 1st date and Rick just stood there and accepted it. So that's fiesta time. Counsel, who are you here for?
Judge, we filed a 90-day writ last night.
Mhm,
I think if you have a copy in front of you,
mhm.
I've talked to the state, they don't seem to have any disagreement. He was indicted on a Sunday, should have been, should have been indicted on a Sunday. That was the 90th day. He was
Mhm.
indicted on a Monday.
Well, Your Honor, the state's objection is, well, I'm in agreement that we unfortunately did not get this case indicted by the 90th day.
Mhm.
So no objection to that part. What I'm objecting to is him being released on a PR bond. We would ask that a bond be set in this case with conditions of release.
Well, here's the thing. He needs to be present because number one, I don't know if he can afford a bond or not. I don't know how much the bond should be set at. So
We'd ask for a PR bond, Judge, and if
I need him here because according to the delay rules, he needs to be given a bond that he can make. I don't know if he can make a bond. Maybe
don't
he can
think-
make a bond.
he's been in jail for over 90 days, Judge.
All right. Yeah. So Ms. Ferguson, set Mr. Terrell Joseph Kirk Jackson, please, as soon as possible. Okay. I can't hear it today. Your client is not present. If you want to talk to them, they
I
will.
think it's just a matter of numbers, Judge. If you agree, then he would be in jail. He'd be out of jail. If you disagree,
Well, I can't set a PR bond for him because one, I don't know if he can afford a monetary bond. I don't know what conditions should be set because he's not before me. Ms. Ferguson, if you will, put this on the docket ASAP, please. Thank you.
thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Excuse.
Yes. And counsel, if you want to see if you can see if Judge Nahara can give you an earlier date.
I'm sorry, Judge.
I said, if you want to see if Judge Nahara can give you an earlier date, you can, because that is what that court is for.
Oh, okay. If you don't mind that,
No,
great. Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
Ma'am, don't be talking to me, you'll be sitting outside. Yeah, yes, you three wearing green.
All right, Deputy Laura, how old is the person in green? Excuse me, the young person in green? How old are you? Excuse me, is school in session today? He has what? All right, so shouldn't he be at home school, being schooled? All right, so why are you all bringing him down here when he should be being homeschooled? No, that's what visitation is for on the weekends. You understand? All right, state, if y'all have any objections.